Okay, so now here are some reactions forming amines that I'd like you to try. You try to figure out what the outcome is. So the outcome of this, an acid chloride plus an amine, it gives you an amide. What happens now when we treat it with lithium aluminum hydride? Well, we get the amine. What's the outcome of these two reactions? Again, on the top, we form the amide, which is then reduced to an amine, so we end up getting this primary amine. In the bottom reaction, we have phthalimide, and it's being treated with sodium hydroxide to deprotonate it and make it into a nucleophile. Then you treat it with allyl bromide, and you get an SN2 on this primary carbon, and then treatment with sodium hydroxide cleaves the imide to give us the amine. Here's the amine, and there's the salt of the phthalic acid, easily removed with a water wash. Go ahead and try figuring out what are the outcome of these two reactions. Well, here we're going to form the imine, and then the reducing agent here will take it down to the amine. With an acid anhydride and amine, you're going to form the amide, and then treatment with lithium aluminum hydride will reduce it down to an amine. These two carbons are over here. Okay. What's the outcome of these reactions? Well, in this top reaction, we're going to form an imine, and then reduction will take it to an amine. Here, we have sodium azide doing SN2 on this alkyl halide, and then reduction gives us an amine. What's the outcome of these reactions? In the top one, remember this is the acid derivative that is going to undergo a rearrangement. So an amide with sodium hydroxide and bromine ends up losing the carbonyl, and this alkyl group here gets shifted over onto the nitrogen. So we end up with this primary amine on a secondary carbon. On this bottom reaction, the nitrile is going to do an SN2 on this carbon. That's going to add another carbon and then reduction down to the amine. So we get this amine as a product. So what is the outcome of these reactions? Well, here we have an amide, a diamide, and lithium aluminum hydride. Lithium aluminum hydride reduces amides to methylene groups. So the carbonyl and the amide to a methylene group. So we end up with this amine. What's the outcome of this reaction? Well, now we have thionyl chloride, sodium azide, and water. We're going to form the isocyanate, which then is hydrated and decarboxylates. So what do we end up doing? We lose a carbon and we get an amine in the carboxylic acid place.